things over and over again.
We'll never see you again after this.
I know. I keep coming back because I keep needing to sell it. So keep coming back.
We love the honesty. Right, we're moving now from science facts to science fiction.
Oh, there's that music.
Michael Douglas has been getting an insight into the making of a trailblazing movie classic.
It's been 50 years since the release of a movie that is widely regarded as one of the greatest and most influential films of all time.
2001: A Space Odyssey shattered all notions of what a science fiction movie should be.
In director Stanley Kubrick's masterpiece, humanity discovers a mysterious object buried on the moon, transmitting signals towards Jupiter. The crew is sent on an ill-fated quest to investigate.
The visual effects were groundbreaking, and all this before the invention of CGI.
One of the most memorable moments is what has become known as the Stargate Sequence, in which astronaut David Bowman travels through time and space. In homage to this great movie moment, the One Show has set Kubrick mega-fan Professor Howard Berry and his film students at Hertfordshire University the galactic challenge of recreating this psychedelic scene using the same methods as half a century ago.
This is our recreation on a small scale. We're not using actual film cameras, 35mm, but we've got a digital still camera here. These guys are actually assembling some acetate printouts based on the designs from the original Stargate Sequence. And then, as you can see up on the window here, these are the kind of assembled, finished designs.
Can you show me how it works?
Yeah, absolutely.
The acetate printout is clipped to the back of the rig. A light is then shone through the design, illuminating the coloured patterns through the slit on the opposite side. A hand crank is wound, moving the shapes slowly through the light. Meanwhile, the camera tracks towards the slit.
It's hard to believe that this will work, to be honest.
What Sam's going to show us here are our streaks of our design, and it's quite spectacular.
Each frame is a single photograph. To create the Stargate effect, hundreds of images must be stitched together and animated.
If all goes well, then if you come back to us later, we'll have a nice finished sequence for you, and we can shoot you off to Jupiter or beyond the infinite.
Whilst Howard and his team work on my intergalactic portal, I've come to the Stanley Kubrick archives at London College of Communication to meet Katerina Kubrick, daughter of the visionary director.
Oh my God. This is the premiere in New York, 1968.
Wow.
So it's Dad,
yeah,
Mum, and a rather over-made-up 14-year-old me.
This is a model, right?
This is a model. It's incredible when you think that 2001 is so pristine and so perfect in every way, and it was all made with models and string.
I mean, that is quite amazing.
No CGI. There was no CGI.
And what did you think of the movie when you first saw it?
It overwhelms you. You go on this incredible journey, and the people behind us didn't know what was going on. They're like, oh my God, and there were people walking out.
Why were people walking out?
They were expecting a space movie with pointy rocket ships and bug-eyed monsters. The fact that it was the story of mankind and beyond hadn't really occurred to them. And then there was a radio DJ who said, no, you've got to see this movie, it's totally cool. And the next day, you had teenagers going around the block, and it was young people in the end who saved it.
It's hard for me to imagine what that would have been like to see it for the very first time.
It was awesome. It blew you away. And as George Lucas says, and Steven Spielberg says, and lots of other directors, we knew now that filmmaking had been changed forever.
Wow.
Meanwhile, Howard and the students have finished their work on the Stargate Sequence and are ready to send me on my interstellar journey. I've even found a vintage spacesuit to really get into the spirit.
Beam me up, Howard.
Well done.
2001: A Space Odyssey is a film that has always divided public opinion, but I think that's what keeps its legacy alive. The fact that people are still inspired by it and enthralled by it is testament to it as a movie and is a great piece of art.
Just picking up on Michael's final thought there. We haven't seen it, have we? But mixed reviews in the office about 2001.
Listen, if you want to see a film that ends with a giant baby approaching planet Earth, then it is definitely the best one.
You're not selling it. You're not selling it.
Listen, it is as impressionistic and wild and crazy imaginative, and the ideas behind it are all very kind of up there, and it's the 1960s. It's quite trippy and strange, but it led to iconic images like that, which were again done without CGI, which is amazing.
Good work from the film students. Well done.
Yeah, gosh, yes. But we hear that Star Wars was the turning point for you. A little 6-year-old Dara went to see Star